What's up, CJ's Keto Kitchen family? This is CJ.
And Sarah.
It's a Wednesday. Are you sure it's Sarah?
I'm pretty sure I'm Sarah.
We are? Okay. This is CJ.
And Sarah.
It's a Wednesday, and that means it's time for another Keto
Conversations.
So let's get started. All right, so we're back with another Keto Conversation, and we're actually going to sit down and talk.
Which feels weird.
It's a little strange because
we did it for 4 years.
Earlier in the year, we made a video about change, and people took it. I always find it amazing how people don't really. Anyway, people took that the wrong way, like we were going to stop making videos altogether.
Nope.
And actually, all we were talking about is we were going to kind of slow down on making videos where we sat down and talked.
Mixing up our content.
Right, and we were going to mix up our content. So anyway, that's history. But we are back with a keto conversation where we're actually sitting down to talk.
Which we might occasionally do maybe once a month.
Yeah, we're thinking we're going to start doing that once a month.
To keep it grounded.
Whether y'all like it or not.
Well, we're going to be here talking.
It's really got to do with us and how that helps us as well. So, we started this keto journey, 5 years ago, 6 years ago?
This will be the 6th year.
6 years for you. I'm a little bit behind you.
It's 5 for you. Yep.
Yeah, so we started this journey a long time ago. We both lost a lot of weight. Our bodies have had time to, adjust and go through
homeostasis.
And we've had to redo things, change things up. We've had to do stuff just like you probably have had to do. And you probably may have even suffered some frustration. Setbacks, and that's fine. 2021 is heading out the door.
Thank God.
And you can see it in your rearview mirror. Only a couple of days left. But, you can't do anything about what you didn't do or what you did do in 2021. If you wronged somebody, you can try to make that right if that's what you want to do. But other stuff that you've done that you don't have any control out of, you can't go back and you can't go back and fix all the things that you woulda, coulda, shoulda maybe done in 2021. It felt like 2021 was, it felt like the last 2 years have been pretty stressful, which is kind of, it's kind of interesting. And we all know a big part of the stressor is, the COVID thing that's going on in our world and just all the changes that related to that. There has been an increase in stress. Just, to me, it feels like in our society.
It has changed our world, regardless.
In general. So yeah. I'm not trying to debate anything about COVID or whatever. You believe whatever you want to believe. So, but I know in our own personal lives, we've felt, kind of an increase of stress. We've been fortunate and blessed enough where we didn't lose jobs. We were able to keep going as far as that. But even that's been a bit difficult, which is interesting. So we all handle things differently in our lives, and I don't know what pressures people have felt, but I know for me personally, I've felt 2021 was a year of a lot of just pressure and stress, probably more so than even 2020 was, which is again kind of interesting. So what this message really is about is that the new year is a chance for a new start for you as a person. That's one of the great things about going into a new year. This video is not about you making New Year's resolutions. If you want to call it a resolution, that's fine. If you want to call it setting goals, that's fine. We're going to talk about some things that we're thinking about doing and how we're going to approach these things. And this approach has been kind of successful for us over the past couple of years. Because even through 2020, 2021, there's been still some things that we've actually got accomplished that were pretty big for us to do. So, but I guess to start off, 2021 is heading out the door. And now this is a time for you to think about, if you want, what you can do better in 2022, or what you can, if you want to change things in 2022, learn a new skill, or try something brand new, this is the opportunity to do it. That's one of the great things about a new year. It is a new chance for you to do something different. One of the things I would suggest you do is no matter what you decide to do, whether it be a new hobby, whether it's starting to exercise more, start a YouTube channel, whatever you want to do. I just throw that out there. I would suggest that you take baby steps and take small bites out of it. A lot of times what I've found in my life is that your goals should be big if you're going to set goals. But ultimately what you have to figure out how to do is break those big goals into small pieces so that you can actually work towards them. So one of the things I think we figured out a couple of years ago is most of the time we set too many goals. We try to do too many things, and then we get tired and we don't do.
You get frustrated.
Anything. I know that happens to me.
Right.
So it's easy to try to say I'm going to do this, and you have a lot of energy at the beginning of the year, but as life happens and things happen, it's also easy to go slip back into what you were doing before. So I know one of the things that we're both talking about doing is exercising more. Wow, that is a revelation. A lot of people will want to exercise more in a new year. But I think as I'm thinking about this, I'm trying to figure out how to approach it so that I can get some momentum and do it on a regular basis.
Momentum that can be sustained.
Yes, momentum that can be sustained. So that doesn't mean that I want to exercise
every day.
Yeah, it doesn't mean that I want to exercise every day. In fact, it may just mean that for the first 2 or 3 weeks, I just want to exercise 1 day a week, because that might be what I can really commit to starting out.
Yeah.
And then build on that. So that doesn't sound like a lot, but if you could commit to it, then, if you do that for 2 or 3 weeks, and then you add maybe another day the week after, before you know it, you're up to wherever you want.
Agreed.
Again, you got to figure out what will work for you. I know that in my old exercise area is also my office now for work. It's also our video editing studio. And so I actually get sick
of being in that room.
Of being in that space.
Even your doctor said you have to leave that room. When you went in for your physical, you got to go.
Yeah, and so those are things that I have to think about. And so that may mean that, okay, I need to go walk around the block or walk around the track. Your sister just bought us one of these, what is it, Oculus things.
VR.
Not trying to sell you one of those, but we just got one for Christmas.
You need some distraction.
Yeah.
Whatever you enjoy, it should be something you enjoy. You need to take a break from your work, from whatever it is you're doing, your usual tasks, and take a break. Take a mental break. If that's reading, sewing, watching a show you love, playing a game, whatever it is, take a break. A mental break.
Yeah. So I mentioned that because, as we're kind of messing around with this thing, we're looking at it. Oh, wow, that might be a way to kind of shake things up. So we're not trying to go to a gym. I don't necessarily have to walk around, but now I'm in this virtual world and I can do things and still get exercise.
Right.
That's just something we're thinking about doing. It is not, I don't care if you buy Oculus or not. It's just something that is an example of something that we're doing because we're trying to do something different. We've got gym memberships. We've got all kinds of weights. We've got all kinds of equipment.
Once again, it's taking baby steps.
Yes.
It's staying motivated. If you can find something that you actually enjoy and you consider it almost like a game, and a game with the side of exercise, that might be a beneficial idea.
Yeah, and so you got to figure that out for yourself. That's just an example of something that we're thinking about just because it was made available to us. Thank you, Becca.
And Brian.
And Brian, Uncle Bryant.
Uncle Brian, Brianin.
Brian,
That's what
Uncle
my daughter
Brian.
was called, Uncle Brianin.
So thank you for that. But that's just one example. A lot of people say they want to exercise more. Because believe it or not, if you've been doing keto for a while, you probably do need to change some things up with your diet. Maybe you need to add more carbs. Maybe
or less.
Or less carbs.
If you were like
Yes.
myself and you have perhaps noticed a carb creep over the last year or two, it might be time to reevaluate your...
Yes.
I wouldn't say macros necessarily. I've never been an individual who has tracked what I've eaten, and I've been successful with my ketogenic lifestyle over the years. However, as things settle in and change, as I age, as just life progresses, sometimes you do have to reevaluate your eating style and maybe tighten your ketogenic belt, so to speak, as to what you're allowing in. Because in times of stress, times of grief, sometimes you allow yourself to kind of slack off in what maybe you originally did to lose weight. And maybe you're not looking to lose weight anymore.
Right.
But you would like to maintain the loss you have already accomplished.
Right.
And so sometimes,
and that's one of the things about even losing weight that I've found is that you lose weight, however you lost it, but then now what?
Right.
You know, and that's where a lot of us get stuck is the now what? Because I lost this weight, but then we find, like Sarah mentioned, you start creeping.
Life happens.
Life happens, and before you know it, things have just gotten out of control. And so a new year is a time, like Sarah just said, you don't have to necessarily change your macros, but maybe you need to think about your macros.
I mean, it's just a time for reevaluation.
Maybe you need to reevaluate
just a check-in.
what you're doing.
Right.
Because it is a new opportunity for you to do it. And the thing about it, too, as I started saying at the beginning, you can't do anything about what you didn't do in 2020.
What's done is done.
What's done is done. It's just an opportunity now for you to start preparing for a new year and a good chance for you to really start fresh and make whatever changes you feel like you need to make. So again, we talked about small bites, baby steps, doing what you can do. If with eating, if you added too much keto sweets in, okay, start weaning yourself off of them. If whatever your issue is. If you need
we all know what our red light foods are.
Yeah, if you need to fast, I struggle with fasting. This is my resident fasting expert. I am not a big proponent of fasting. Actually, that's not true. I do believe in fasting. It's just I struggle with doing fasting. And so that's something that I want to try to commit to more, is actually a consistent basis doing a fast every day, every week.
Some kind of fast.
Some kind of
fast. It could just be one day a week. That's better than no days a week.
Because I'm just like a lot of people, if I don't feel like something is working fast enough.
Well, we live in the land of immediate results. That's why TikTok and other platforms are so popular, is because we like things quick and we want it all right now. And that's not necessarily a reality in life, because a lot of things that are important and valuable do take time. So.
Yeah. So today is Tuesday, December what would that be, the 27th?
Yes, it is the 27th.
27th.
Today. Mm-hmm.
So I guess one of the things, so yesterday Sarah and I tried to sit down to have this big quote-unquote planning meeting for 2022, which it really didn't work that great. But it didn't work that great because it really felt like it was a little bit unrealistic just to sit down and try to spit out all the stuff that we want to do in 2022. But I did tell Sarah, I said, I think that it's good that we're starting to talk about 2022 and what we would like to do.
Because you might not even know what your goals are.
Right, you might not even know. And so one of the things that we left from yesterday, that meeting that we had together, was, okay, now we need to start thinking individually about what would we like to accomplish in 2022. It could be related to CJ's Keto Kitchen. It could be related to, we're thinking about starting another channel. It could be related to that channel. It could be related to just our personal well-being, education. I'm actually taking a course right now, a Google certification in a certain area. So those are things that I guess where I was going is, today's the 27th or 28th, whatever day it is. I've got some time to think about it, and I don't feel like I have to have those goals immediately on January the 1st, but I do want to have them soon, pretty soon as into the new year, have some goals that we have sat down and talked through, that we can commit to both personally and collectively as a family, and then try to move forward. So I guess the big thing here is we're trying to encourage you to just keep doing the things that you know how to do. Keto will work for you. If you're new to keto, keto will work. Believe me, it will work for you.
And we are here to support you. That is what our channel is about, is
Right.
providing content that hopefully will help you.
Right.
Our recipes, what we eat, how we shop, different things that you can purchase or try out, things like the Keto Crate. We're here to help you be successful with your lifestyle changes if that's what you've chosen to do.
Sure. And again, if you're just starting keto or you're thinking about keto, I've said this before, you probably want to start keto a bit more stricter than what you'll come to later on in your keto journey, because you got to figure out how to do it. You got to figure out what foods to eat, which we're here to help you do. But again, you can do keto. Keto will work. And if you've been doing keto for a while, keto will work also. It'll keep working. You may have to make some modifications, but to be honest with you, you would have to make modifications no matter what you did.
Exactly.
You would have to.
Yep.
Because your body will get used your body will get used to whatever you're doing. And so part of that is you're just going to have to shake things up and move forward. So we're here to help. We hope that this video helps somebody. If you're new here to our channel, this is our Keto Conversation segment. We're going to try to sit down once a month in the new year and talk about things, and maybe even do some live events to kind of help people. Ooh, question and answers. We could do that too.
Okay.
Yeah, we might try to do one of those. We got to figure out how to do it.
Do I have answers?
What?
Do I have any answers?
I don't know if you got any answers or not. You sound like an authority around here all the time. Like you know everything.
Bossiness and know-it-all does not necessarily translate
that
into
what
having
it
the
is?
answers. That's a lot of smoke and mirrors.
Is that what it is?
Mirrors.
Bossiness?
Yeah.
Oh, I thought you were an authority. We are by no means authorities on the keto lifestyle or the keto diet. We're people just like you who needed to lose weight, who continue to need to maintain the weight we've lost or lose any extra that we've gained. You can do this though, and we know you can do it. We hope that we'll see you in the new year, and we hope that you have a great rest of the week. Take care
And Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Bye-bye.
Peace.
Peace.